Yo, it's your boy D's Media back again with another one. Today we're gonna talk about Gucci man just did an interview with his wife Keisha Kiora. Excuse me if I said her name wrong, but the first question that she asked him, she ain't waste no time. She know what the streets want to ask Gucci, and she kept it 100 with him. Despite that being her husband. She said the streets want to know why is it that all your artists keep going to prison. If you go do your homework, Gucci Man, and the time Gucci Man done been signing artists, I would say, man, Gucci Man, it's like every year one of his artists go to jail. I mean, go to prison. Go to prison or go to jail. And he's no stranger to, going in and out of jail himself. That's what Gucci Man was pretty much saying that he see in a lot of these artists. He said, like, when I sign an artist, I look at an artist, first of all, I want to look at his background and see what he been through. A lot of the opportunities that I get these young guys, they come from backgrounds similar like me. They come from the rough cities, and pretty much like Gucci was saying, those is the artists that he looked for. He looked for artists that he could see himself in back in the day. But he said that he tried to help a lot of his artists out. He said he don't like them going to jail because just be real. If Gucci Man artists go to jail, he ain't making no money. So he kept it real and said, like, I don't want him to go to jail, but I understand what they got going on. You got a young dude from the hood that you give him money to, and you just expect him to change out the blue. And a lot of youngsters have a hard time adjusting to that. Here it is. A week ago, I was just in the hood, just wilding, crashing out every day. And then next week, Gucci Man signed me to his label. So you think in a week, I'm just going to change my whole life and turn my back on everybody that was doing stuff for me, or turn my back on the things that I feel like I want to do? No. That's why the artists like Pooh Shiesty, get sentenced to 5-6 years. It wasn't the fact that Gucci Man didn't move him out of Memphis. Because if you pay attention, both of the times he allegedly shot somebody or did something to somebody was in a whole nother state. It wasn't even in Memphis. You get what I'm saying? So it's not taking somebody out the hood. It's the mindset that you got to change, Like artists like Foogiano, Pooh Shiesty, a lot of these artists, they had hard times changing their ways. It wasn't the money. It wasn't their hometown city. A lot of these dudes, they got booked in states that wasn't even where they from. It's just the mindset. A lot of these youngsters refuse to change, and that's what Gucci Man was saying. Like, he said, that's why I'm not gonna keep signing. I'm not gonna stop signing artists that I may feel like may go to prison or may crash out, because that's what I look for in an artist. I want to sign an artist that I can look and see like, man, that's the younger Gucci, man. He just need a little guidance and a little help to steer him right. So that's why Gucci was saying those are the artists that he looked to sign. But in the long run, I don't think that that's a profitable and a financial smart business decision, because if you invest in $1 to $2 million in an artist, and in 2-3 years they're gonna get locked up and go to prison for 5 to 7 years or whatever the case, that's that artist gonna more than likely be in the red. Every artist ain't gonna be like a Pooh Shiesty, and your first album gonna go platinum, and your first 3 songs went 5 times platinum and all of that. A lot of artists ain't gonna be like Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty is worth waiting for 5 years, because we all know when Pooh Shiesty get out, he gonna be right back at the top. So Gucci Man is worth him waiting for 5 years on Pooh. But a lot of those other artists that's locked up, they not really worth the wait. Hot Boy West, not to be funny, he's not worth the wait of 5 years. Foogiano, he's all right, but I don't even think he's personally worth the wait of 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Now, Pooh Shiesty, I'll wait 5 years for Pooh to get out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't cut him from the label. But Foogiano and Pooh Shiesty is still signed, and that's one of the things that Gucci Man was talking about. He said, people always talk about me, how I'm a bad CEO, how my artists keep going to jail, but y'all don't talk how I don't step away from my artists when they get locked up. And that's a big fact right there. Gucci Man does stay by his artists. If you sign to Gucci and you go to prison, Gucci will stand by you. But the bad part about that is I'm going to say again, is that if your artist ain't selling like a Pooh Shiesty, it's not worth the wait. You get what I'm saying? It's not worth the wait. But Gucci Man said in his interview that Foogiano and Pooh Shiesty is still signed to his label. You know, he talked to their family weekly. You know, he pretty much he's saying he's still taking care of them and stuff like that. You know, so Gucci Man, we got to give him his credit. At the end of the day, we may not agree with some of the people that he signed. We may feel like it's a waste of money or a waste of talent, but it's something that Gucci Man sees, and it's something that he sees in these artists that make him want to sign them. And the fact that he stick by his guys when they get sentenced to 5 years or more, that's what's up, because a lot of labels will cut ties with you. You know, they'll put you on the shelf until you get out. You know, something like they did with Bobby Shmurda. You know, the whole time Bobby Shmurda was signed, Epic Records didn't want to help him out with no bond. They didn't want to help him out with no lawyer, nothing. They didn't want to let him out his contract or none of that. And soon as he got out, they expected him to finish his obligations, his music recording contract that he signed years prior. But here it is, you ain't send me no bond money, no commissary, no lawyer, no nothing. But I still owe you all these albums legally, and you get what I'm saying? So you gotta watch, you know, if you really in them streets active, you gotta watch who you sign to, man, because I'm gonna say again, you see how they did Bobby Shmurda, you know, they didn't want to let that man out his contract while he was in prison. They didn't want to help him with no lawyer, no none of that. And soon as he got out of jail, soon as he got out of prison, then Epic Records stepped to him and said, hey, you know you still owe us 3 albums, this, and this. You know, they didn't want to let Bobby Shmurda go. Not because, he just messed up and he in prison. They're like, well, what if it's a chance that when he get out in 5 years, he's still going to be popping? Because he was a big artist when he left. We'll just shelf him. You get what I'm saying? But Gucci, man, he stayed by his artists. He helped them release music. He show up to court dates. He helped you out with a lawyer. He helped you out with bond money, all of that, you know? FTO said he bonded him out and signed him. You know what I'm saying? He caught him in his worst estate. He locked up in jail, no bond, no nothing. Gucci Man came and got FTO set out and signed him right on the spot. So I do agree with Gucci Man. You know, he does look out for his artists when they do get incarcerated, and he don't turn their back on them. But I'm gonna be honest with you, all those artists is not gonna be a Pooh Shiesty that's gonna sell 5 to 10 million copies. You know, his first year out. You know, that's album sales and streams and singles and all of that. So it's worth the wait on Pooh. It's not worth the wait on Hot Boy West and Foogiano and all these other artists that's locked up. It's not worth it, you know? So again, you young fellas out there that's rapping and that's really in the streets and stuff, just realize this. If you catch a serious charge, you know, a lot of times, man, the label's gonna step away from you, you know? But then if you're a profitable artist and you worth the wait, sometimes they'll wait on you. You see 300 showed up to all the Young Thug court dates, not just because we want this man free. This man is a profitable artist. He's one of our highest selling artists. You know, we got to get him up out of here. So if you worth the money and you worth the wait, a lot of labels will stick around with you, and they will, you know, I'm not going to say invest in you, you know, but they'll shelf you till you get out because you worth the wait. But a lot of times, if you're not worth the wait, a lot of times the labels will step away from you, man, and they'll leave you jammed up in the situation. You ain't gonna own your masters, no none of that. The shows done slowed up. You know, your manager running off with your money, all of that, you know? So be careful who you sign to, because a lot of these dudes, they will step away from you when you get incarcerated. But I respect Gucci Man for the fact that he kept it real and he kept it honest, and he said that he gonna keep signing artists that may keep going to jail, because those are the type of artists he looked for. He looked for artists that's similar to him back in the day. And that just shows it all, you know. He ain't looking for no Justin Bieber, you know. He looking for the next Pooh Shiesty, you know. But what's going to come with that next Pooh Shiesty is you're going to have a crash out artist, you know. And that's the thing with me, man. Talent is talent. It don't matter what race, what color, what gender, what size, what nothing. Talent is talent, you know. But it's hard work and dedication that go that go with talent. You get what I'm saying? That's like you being the best basketball player ever in the world. But if you don't work and if you don't work and practice to go with that talent, it's a waste. You know, so that's how I feel like a lot of Gucci Man artists is. I feel like they stuck in their mindset. You know, they young, they got money, they lit, they popping in their city. You know, they just think they the next. You know, they think they the next hottest thing in the hood, the hottest thing on the block. But one thing you better remember, man, is a lot of people is gonna step away from you, man, when you get locked up. You know, but a lot of these dudes got $1 million lottery tickets, and it's like they shitting on their opportunity to create general wealth and really take care of their peoples. You know, so I definitely wish Pooh, Shiesty, Foogiano, Hot Boy West, and every artist that had ever FTO said, all Gucci Man artists that's currently locked up or just was locked up, I wish y'all dudes the best, man. You know, but once again, Gucci as a CEO slash businessman whose main job is to turn a profit, you might want to start looking at the artists you sign, man, because if all your artists keep going to jail and go to prison and they ain't selling like Pooh, Shiesty, in the long run, bro, you gonna lose because you spending 100,000 on jury, you're giving them 100,000 on the contract, and they get locked up. That's 200,000 gone. Imagine if you got 5 artists locked up, that's $1 million gone. Hell, you might as well go waste that on the watch or something, you know? But it's your boy D's Media signing out, man. But peace, positivity, network growth, man. Let's say these